Okay, so make sure in your notebook you have this in sideways. And we're just going to do one problem at a time, starting from here. So when you see this problem, what you're going to do is you're going to take that -3, and it goes right in for x. I'm going to show my work for that. I'm going to go -2 times my x, which is -3 plus 4. 2 times 3 is 6, and a negative make a positive. Positive 6 plus 4 is 10. And there's my answer for that one. Let's jump over now to letter B. This time, I'm going to plug in 2 for my x. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3 times 7 squared. First thing I'm going to do, move this over like that, is I'm going to take care of the 7 squared. 7 squared means 7 times 7. And 7 times 7 is 49. Sorry. And then times 3. I'm going to go 49 times 3, 27. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14, 147. Letter C. Okay. Letter C, this time, we don't know x. So we don't know what's going to go in there. So this says x cubed, but we don't know what x is. But we do know that when we get the answer is supposed to be 125. So we have to think of what times what times what is going to give me 125. If I tried 2, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Nope, that's not it. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. That's not it. So I finally get 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. So in this case, the answer is x equals 5. So in the other problems, you were figuring out, you had x, and you were trying to plug it in and get f of x. This time, you had f of x, and you had to figure out x. All right, let's go to letter D. Cool, in letter D, they give me x. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to plug it in. So I go the square root of -2 plus 1. There's a problem, though. When you have a square root, you can't do a negative. So you can't do the problem, so it's no solution because you can't take the square root of a negative. Next one, okay? This time I'm supposed to take the -2 and plug it in. I'm going to go -2 plus 3 over 2 times -2 plus 5. So I'll take care of the top first. When I take care of the top first, -2 plus 3, negative, oops, sorry, my pen, plus, bye, so I get +1 over. So now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of the bottom. So I'm going to go 2 times 2, which is 4, negative, plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bye-bye, +1. So when I get 1 on top, and I get 1 on bottom, 1 over 1 is just 1. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one, they did it to me again, darn it. They didn't tell me what x was. So I don't know what x is, but I know that when I'm done, I'm supposed to get 99. That means I'm supposed to have x squared minus 1 is supposed to give me 99. So I've got to figure out what x is so that when I get the answer and I subtract 1, I get 99. So I feel like it's easier to plus 1 because now I go x squared equals 100. So what times what is x? X is 10. So this time it's x equals 10. But actually, a little step up, x could also equal -10 in that case. Because when I go a positive times a positive, it's positive. And when I go a negative times a negative, it's also a positive. So in both those cases, both those answers work, but I'll accept either one. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh, I have another darn question mark. And this time I said it equals -3. So I have the absolute value of x equals -3. But whenever you see these lines, you're always supposed to get a positive answer. But then when you look, this is negative. You can't have a negative answer when you have absolute value. So once again, the answer is no solution. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Cool, they gave me the x. So I'm going to plug it in. It's a little more difficult because there's a fraction, but I can do it. So it's 1/2 times 3 to the 4th. So I'm going to take care of 3 to the 4th first. 3 to the 4th means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So that means all of that is 81. So I have 1/2 times 81. Okay? Now this is kind of mean because it's hard to take half of 81. So you can just leave it 81 over 2, or you can look at it as half of 80, which is 40, and half of 1, which is a half, and 40 plus a half is 40 and a half. So honestly, that was kind of a hard one. Sorry, this notebook thing makes it a little bit difficult. Okay? Either one is acceptable. Okay? All right, last problem. Cool, they gave me x. So it looks like, it's kind of hard to read it, but it looks like it's -4 minus 2. Let me make that there. So I just plug in -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I have a total of -6. And there's my answer. Make sure you have that down. And then your homework. So your homework is 138 and 139.